This is the story of a young boy named Tintu, a wealthy yet dissatisfied boy, and how his journey of transformation leads him to appreciate life, bringing profound changes not only within himself but also to his surroundings. Tintu's father is a successful businessman thriving in his career. Since Tintu's mother passed away when he was very young, his father made it his mission to provide him with everything he could desire, believing the son should never feel deprived and deserved a comfortable life. However, as his father became increasingly focused on his business, his interactions with Tintu began to decline. Despite this, he ensured that Tintu received everything he wanted. Tintu lives in the lap of luxury. His meals are gourmet and customized to meet his every craving with flavors from across the globe. His passion for travel allows him to visit whatever destination with his heart desired, exploring various cultures and terrains along the way. His closet is a trove of the finest pieces, a mix of styles and fabrics for any event. He also has access to the latest video games at his fingertips, continually providing entertainment and immersive experiences. He also has an array of expensive bicycles and motorbikes that he can use to experience his environment as he pleases. And yet, with all of this, he oftentimes experiences unending longing for more, leading to a sense of dissatisfaction. As time went on, Tintu became increasingly envious and dissatisfied with what he had. Though he had everything, he felt a persistent emptiness. His thoughts were consumed by what others had that he lacked, leaving him upset and unhappy most of the time. This behavior continued for quite a while, and Tintu's father began to notice the changes in him. Recognizing the root of the problem, he decided to teach Tintu a valuable lesson. One day, his father approached him and said, "Tintu, I've noticed that you seem unhappy. Let us go for a trip tomorrow. You will feel better and this might bring the change." Tintu was reluctant to go initially, but then he agreed to join with his father, just to respect his words, also hoping his father is doing something to cheer him up. Drove to a village. The streets were lined with small but well-maintained homes, children playing with old toys, and families gathered on porches, sharing stories. "Why are we here, Dad?" Tintu asked. Father didn't answer directly. Instead, he parked the car in front of a simple, cheerful-looking house. Out came a man with an easy smile. Father's old friend, Jana. "Jana lives here with his son," Father explained. "I thought you should meet them." Jana is doing farming in his village, living in a small traditional house but well-maintained. He makes money that is sufficient to use only for his family daily needs. Jana introduced his 10-year-old son Biju, who came with a warm smile and happiness on his face. Biju wears a simple yet neat clothes. Biju welcomes Tintu and takes him inside a small room where he had kept some toys that he used to play. Some of them are old wooden toys, cards, and a colorful ball. At first, Tintu was surprised to see them as they are quite old, and still Biju is using them. Tintu inquired him whether he has any electronic toys to play, and the reply he got from Biju surprised him. Yes, Biju asked whether there are electronic toys to play. Tintu smiled and said yes, there are many, and some of them are video games. Inside his mind, Tintu was thinking this poor boy did not know there is an electronic toy, Both of them are playing with the toys that Biju had. After some time, Tintu asked Biju if they can go to swimming pool. Biju smiled and said, "There is no pool at home. However, he can take him to a place where swimming is possible." Tintu got interested and followed him. They both arrived at a river surrounded by beautiful, lush green trees. That atmosphere was like a paradise to Tintu, which he never seen before. Biju said this is the place where he takes bath usually. Tintu was surprised. Thought for a while, but then they both spent time in the river and returned to home. And then Biju took him to the backyard of their home to show Tintu their land, where they are growing some vegetables. Biju plucked some vegetables and took them home to make some delicious food for dinner. Biju and Tintu spent the whole day playing together. After a long day of play, they both got together, including Tintu's father, sat for the dinner. Tintu was curious to know what kind of cuisine, how many dishes they have prepared for them. When the food was served on the table, he found that there was not exhaustive items on the table. It is simple, yet delicious food was served. Though he was disappointed initially, later he enjoyed the simple, delicious food. After dinner, Tintu and his father got ready to leave Jana's place and decided to travel back home. Tintu's father thanked Jana for his hospitality, and Tintu too thanked Biju for his companion throughout the day. And they both departed. While they are driving back home, father noticed that Tintu's face seems happy, but some questions on his face. "Tintu, what are you thinking?" the father asked. "I really enjoyed my time at your friend's place, but there is one thing that I do not understand," the boy said. "What was that? Tell me, son." And the boy started telling, "Dad, they don't have anything that we had, like a big house, swimming pool, video games, bikes, etc. Still they are happy. And also Biju did not show any desire to possess anything I had, such as video games or clothes or bikes, etc." The boy added, "How does it possible for him to stay like that, Dad?" The boy questioned. The father replied, "Well, son, Biju and his father are not looking at what they lack. Instead, they are looking at what they possess currently and being thankful for that. They are satisfied, and it gives them happiness. And also, they are not comparing themselves with others, especially people who are richer than them or possess a lot more than them." And the father questioned, "What do you get, son, when you compare yourself with others? Wanting more and more, and dissatisfaction when I didn't get them." The boy replied, "That's correct. Now listen carefully. There are many people out there who can't afford for their daily lives. They don't have proper shelter, food, clothes, etc. Have you ever thought about it?" the father questioned again. "No, Dad." With a trembling voice, the boy replied, "Son, you got everything that you liked, good clothes, toys, video games, food, etc. Do you think you should feel happy about it, or still not happy that you lack certain things that others might have had?" The father asked, "Oh no, Dad, I never thought about the people who are struggling for their life. I was always worrying about the things that I do not have, though I was living in a luxury life, and there are people out there who can't afford to get 3 meals a day. I should be happy with what I had, and I'm thankful to you for giving me everything that I could desire so far. I realized my mistake, Dad." Father felt happy. "Son, you should be grateful for this life, and you must develop the quality of gratitude." "Gratitude? What is it? Why is it important in life, and how can I develop that?" The boy got curious, and the discussion continues.